Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Truth Podcast. My guest today is Sobiya Jawaid, and she is from the UK. She is a coach that helps people gain their self-confidence, help them to get to the next level and break through that glass ceiling. Before we get to this on this episode, I want to ask you to subscribe if you haven't already, to like the video, and to click the notification bell so you know when another awesome Entrepreneurial Truth podcast comes out. So thank you very much, and also share the video with your friends. We'd like to grow our audience and get more people out there to be able to see this content. But thank you very much, and right now, let's get to the show. Welcome back, everybody, and I want to welcome in Sobiya. Thank you for joining me today on this wonderful Saturday morning. That's when we're recording. Well, it's morning here. Where are you from?
I am from Leeds in the UK, Jim.
Ah, okay. And tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are, and things like that. Just let me know those things first. We'll get into other things in just a little bit.
So I am a leadership coach and confidence coach. I help leaders create breakthroughs in confidence so they can lead with clarity and resilience. I'm also an international speaker, a kickboxer, European kickboxer, a mum and a wife. Yes.
Yeah, don't kick me in the head. That's
don't
all
worry,
I'm asking you.
I won't be Jim. I won't. Don't worry.
So let me ask you this question: What led you to want to become an entrepreneur? What inspired you to want to be an entrepreneur?
A really good question, Jim. And for me, it was a lot to do with my higher calling. I always knew I wanted to do something more and contribute more through whichever means. And it may seem quite airy-fairy, but that's just how I felt. I didn't know how. Good. And I just had this desire within me. So I did the conventional thing. I went to university. I went into a profession, and I come from a teaching profession. So I was in that for 15 years. But I still had this yearning within me where I knew I could do so much more. And it was only when I came across coaching where my life transformed. And I thought, okay, well, this is my higher calling. This is a change I want to help others create. And it was then when I decided I want to slowly move away from that profession of teaching and use the transferable skills, but actually have my own business and create that change and connect with my higher calling and make those changes in people's lives. And that started 3 years ago, but I actually gave my resignation in earlier on this year. Wow. So it's been a transition.
Well, 2020 has been kind of a roller coaster, so you picked a great year to do that. No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
No, you did. Absolutely. In a way because of the fact that everybody is now more familiar with the online space. They're more familiar with Zoom, and they're more familiar with communicating in an online space. So people are more comfortable with online coaching and doing that, whereas before people were off-put by it, at least in the United States. I don't know if that's the same way over there, but over here, we were more brick and mortar. Go to the store, go to the salon, go wherever you need to, go to a psychiatrist, go to the doctor, whatever. But the online space was kind of, there's a lot of scams out there at first, and a lot of people that just wanted to make money and not really help anybody. So it got a bad name over here. But 2020 came and COVID hit and all these things happened. And now it's become a more reliable source for communication. Have you noticed a difference in your business because of all the changes that have happened in the world?
It's been incredible for me, to be fair with you, as a coach. I was online at the beginning of this year. That's where I really started to focus because of my other commitments. And COVID hit, and it's come with its fair share of challenges.
Yes.
But what it has enabled is connection with people from so many different places and from all the different corners of the world where normally face-to-face contact would be so difficult. So what I've noticed is there's a wider online audience, and you're able to help and serve people so much more because lots of people are more open to it, to be online, to have those conversations, to jump on a meeting, to have a coaching call. It's just so much more accessible, and I have seen that. And it's been great. It's been great for me as a coach. And I often say 2020 has been incredible because I've been able to transition so much during this year because of COVID, to be fair with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's the same for me. I've met a lot of new incredible people. You being one of them.
Yeah, Jim, this conversation would have happened had we not been online, right?
Exactly. It wouldn't have. And I've got that heart to help people. I know you do too. Tell me a little bit more about your coaching. What is the goal? What do you want to get people to and from in your coaching?
So I want to get people from feeling as though they're not enough, from feeling that success is for other people, from feeling disheartened and have no vision, to being incredibly confident, clear in what they want to achieve in terms of their vision and their purpose, and recognize that challenges and obstacles are part of life, but they shouldn't let you they should never hold you back. You should you recognize the skills and the strengths within you to have the resilience to deal with them and create an incredible life, because I know I've been able to do that. And as I stand here and I share this with you, I don't want anybody to have this misinterpretation that I don't have my challenges and I don't have my obstacles, but what I do have are the tools, and that's what I love to provide for my clients and the people that I work with, and enable them to dream big and feel that they can, and not just feel, but believe they can, and get the tools and the skills to achieve that. And that's what I do within my coaching space, and I call it it's a magical space. It really is, where I see the breakthroughs, where I see the shifts, the insights, and I'm getting fantastic results. Wow. That's a little bit of what I do.
It's like that light bulb comes on for them, and that's an aha moment.
The moment.
That's the gratifying part of coaching anyone. And I'll tell you this: I think the biggest thing that holds people back in the entrepreneurial space is the imposter syndrome, where you think that you're not good enough, and you look in the mirror and you see every flaw you have, but the other people, they don't see that. We are the harshest critics of our own self, and Absolutely. That is one of the biggest problems going forward, because your business will reflect you on the inside. It's almost like a mirror. It'll be like whatever's on the inside is going to be the level that you create for yourself in business. And so being able to get someone to another level inside of themselves will manifest into another level on the outside in the material world.
Absolutely. And so much of what you say resonates, because I see that so many, and I've seen it in my own journey as well. And that's why I felt coach. When I started my own coaching journey, there was an incredible transformation within me, and that's what I help other people do with my clients. And most often, you are the people that I'm dealing with, or yourself. You are your own worst enemy. When you get out of your head and into your life and you start taking action, that's where the magic lies. That's where the transformation occurs. And what you say about imposter syndrome, Jim, is so true. And there's an element of naivety there as well. For some people, they may think, oh, well, I just wish imposter syndrome was never there. And I remember having this conversation with an incredible coach. And he said, look, when imposter syndrome does not exist, you're not playing the right game. You're not playing big enough. And it's about not turning away from imposter syndrome, but managing it. And how do we manage it? We manage it with our thoughts and our emotions, and then we take action. And that was incredible, because it was life-changing.
Yeah.
Because no matter what game you're playing, no matter what part and stage of your life you are in, we all feel imposter syndrome to some degree or another, but do you let that put you off and take no action, or do you step into it and manage it? And that was a game changer. It
That
really
is.
was. Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you think about that, and it's like if you're comfortable, you're not in where you're supposed to be. If you're uncomfortable and you feel like, oh God, you're in your right space. It's very difficult for us as human beings to envision us as the CEO or the this or that, unless you are. You know what I mean? But it's hard for us to see us as other people see us. I don't know if that's I'm saying that correctly. We may have the title of something, but for us to truly believe we are that is a different leap altogether. What do you think about that?
And what you say, Jim, is true, because like I said, I work a lot around confidence, and that starts with self-belief, recognizing your strengths, recognizing your skills and your successes. And we all are successful at something or another. Each and every one of us has done something really well. It's very different for each and every one of us. And we are generally, as human beings, hardwired to hold on to negativity.
Yes.
And so what you're saying really does make sense, because we doubt ourselves. We hold on to the things that we haven't done well. But to actually recognize what we have done well and everything that we've achieved, we have to consciously do that. We have to take time out and we have to really focus on that. And when we do that more often, that self-belief comes. And what you say about believing in your achievements and recognizing what you're doing really well, it's part of that process to become consciously aware. And sometimes people are just not aware of that. They are not.
I see this. I'm going to tell you, I used to ask you this one too, but I see this a lot where, you do succeed at something and you do really good at one little thing and you think, is that an aberration? Is that something can I translate that again? Can I do it again? You know what I mean? Have you ever ran into that where you have really had success at something and thought it was a fluke or thought it wasn't real?
If you've been able to create it, you can recreate it. And it's just like I said, going back to what I was saying earlier on, being consciously aware of that. It's very easy to slip into that habit of, oh, that was a fluke and, that was just one off. But if you were able to create it once, step into it and you will be able to recreate it. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because we even in success, we still doubt. You know what I mean? I think that happens a lot to a lot of different people. I want to switch gears real quick, and I want to ask you if there's anything that's held you back, either internally or externally, along your journey so far as being an entrepreneur. What are those things that have held you back that you've either overcome or some maybe you're still dealing with?
Yeah. And so, what we spoke about, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Why do I speak about it so passionately? It's because for many years, before I came into coaching, for many years, I had that imposter syndrome. I had the obstacles of limiting beliefs, of having that feeling that I was not good enough, that I couldn't create this feeling that I knew I had within me. Mm-hmm. And that was so real. And as I started to challenge those beliefs and those thoughts, I realized these are just stories. These are just thoughts. Mm-hmm. And how was I able to manage that? And how was I able to overcome that? Was because I had the support, the accountability, and a person challenging me. And who was that? My coaches. Who were they? They were my coaches. And so for that reason, I recognize the incredible value of coaching, because had it not been for my coaches challenging me, holding me accountable, I would have stayed in that story and in those limitations for many, many more years. I had already done so for years.
Yes.
And that's where the breakthrough started to happen. And I recognized the incredible success that was taking place and the incredible opportunities I was able to be involved in, because I let go of those beliefs. And so they were my obstacles, Jim.
But they had to kick your butt to do it.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Absolutely.
But it's true. And so here's my thing too. Coaching. I want to say this because can you do things on your own? Absolutely, you can. And it's a longer process, and it's a lot of battling with yourself. And if you're ready for that battle, great. But let me tell you, if you have a coach that keeps you on task, and it may be the most uncomfortable thing, and you're going to be kicking and screaming more than likely, but if you have that, you have a huge advantage over your competition, the people that are in your circle and your friends and all that stuff, and your parents and people that doubt you. It's something that you really need, that kick in the butt, because we can get complacent. Number one, we can stop pressing forward. I can do that, next week. I can just push this off, push that off. And with a coach, I've got my coaching meeting tomorrow. It's once a week and I have done nothing. So now you're cramming everything in at the end. But anyway, you're doing it though. There's an expectation that when you meet with that coach, it's like, I don't want them to think I'm a loser, so I want to get this stuff done. And so it kicks your butt into getting stuff done, stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things that they tell you to do that'll freak you out. I swear to God, coaches love to freak us out. They love to, okay, do this. I want you to go and do such and such a thing. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty comfortable right here. Thank you. But we need that to grow. If we're not expanding, we're not growing, and we're not achieving that next level, and we're not getting what we truly deserve in life. So
Absolutely.
In your coaching program, what do you see from your clients? Do you see the same thing? Like, you got to kick their butt. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Make them do some things that are a little uncomfortable for them so that they grow. And tell me about that whole experience and dynamic.
Yeah, and what you say is so true, because I've seen my coaches do that for me, and I can honestly share with you now the results and and what's created in the coaching space and with my clients. And I don't call it kicking your butt, but I call it stretching a person. Right? I call it stretching a person, and my clients are able to do that, because when we express what we want to achieve and what our goals are and what our vision is and what our desires are, that is something that comes from deep within our heart and soul. It's a yearning that we have, like I had with my higher calling. And in the coaching space, when they describe to me what they're wanting to achieve and what they're wanting to get and what they're wanting to connect to and with, we look at where they are now, and there has to be a willingness. So it's all well and good to want to achieve these incredible things, but have you got the willingness to take that action? Because you can have the world's most expensive and incredible coach, but if there is no willingness to take action, nothing's going to happen. There's going to be
time and wasting your money.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what I'm able to do as a coach. And some of the people that I work with are managing directors, entrepreneurs, CEOs, doctors, and incredible people who are leaders. Wow. And it's about setting something which stretches them. And then they know that this is something that we're going to be speaking about. And if they struggle with it, it's because there's genuinely something holding them back. And that is something which is the obstacle, the challenge, something that's holding them back. And so the wall. We all have different terminology for it. But even within the space of coaching, you can explore, why are those there? Why is it holding you back? And then you're holding that space, you're challenging them, you're asking them, look, okay, so we've looked at the obstacles, let's overcome them. What do you need to believe to be able to create that? And then there is that again, realigning the goal, realigning the vision. And so the results I'm able to create is people who go through my program, they're able to be far more confident to believe in their abilities, to show up powerfully, to speak up. So they're able to have success in their career, maybe earn more money. If it's in their family, they're standing for what they feel is important for them. So they're more happier, they're more content, stronger relationships with their partners or their children. If it's around resilience, not letting other people hold them back and their views. Everybody has an opinion. Well, what's important for you? And so creating these elements of success. Yeah, creating these elements of success through standing in your true strength, your true power. And you're empowered. So you're showing up more confidently, you're leading with clarity. and you're not letting other people hold you back. You're resilient. And what does that show up as? Success, maybe more money, happiness, contentment, joy, connection to their vision, their purpose.
Yes.
And so it's a magical space. It really is.
It is. And I want to say something about coaching in general. It's really funny because us as people, we will invest in so many different things. I mean, you'll get a computer for $1,000. That's cool. You know, microphone. I get my new this and that, my toys. We eat out all the time, and that equals all kinds of money. But when it comes to investing in ourselves, I think that's one of the hardest investments for us to make. I mean, we'll go out, you go out and eat and spend $60, and it's different money over there in a different situation. But I'm just going to refer to over here. But yet, if you had to get $60 to get a new microphone, you'd be like, no, I can't do that. I just can't. It's too expensive. I can't do it. I can't do it. I think this is what we do in coaching too, because the coaching seems expensive to us. And it's like, you're spending money every single day on crap. But yet, when it comes to investing in yourself, you won't do it. And I think part of the reason is because, you know, I'm actually getting something. So I'm getting food, I'm getting a computer, I'm getting something I can use. Whereas this, I don't believe in myself enough to invest in something for me. Yeah. And this happens especially with women because they feel like their places last a lot because of the kids or the husband, family, you know, and they take a back seat. Their needs go last. You know, they're used to doing that. And so that's what happens. But I would tell you, if you're going to spend $50 on a meal or $1,000 on a computer, you can afford to get coaching and to get yourself where you need to be in life. Get yourself fast-tracked into something that your heart is burning to do. Yeah. You just need that help. And I think that we should absolutely invest in ourselves for that. Have you seen that too, Sobiya? You seen the same things as I'm saying here?
Absolutely. I've seen it in myself and I've seen it in others. And it all goes back to self-belief. When we are living we're ingrained in a story where we see success out there, right? You get the nice car, you get a nice house, you eat in the nice restaurants. They're tangible things that you see, but the experiences are short-lived because beneath the surface, there's this belief about yourself that you are maybe not good enough, maybe clever enough, and that comes into the confidence. This self-belief is where everything, you see, your core. When your self-belief is sound, everything as a result is going to be something that serves you and works for you. And so this initial investment, which I have many conversations about with people, and they are stuck because they don't believe that they need it. Or they believe they're not worthy of it. And that's what it comes down to.
It is what it comes down to.
Yeah, they believe they're not worthy of it. And what are the beliefs around that? They're not good enough. They're not clever enough. They're not happy. And so when you actually deal with the core, with that self-belief, it's an investment. And the return on that investment that you invest in yourself, in your coaching, to master those self-beliefs, is going to be incredible. And I always say this to my clients, the reason why I can coach so powerfully is because I have been on the journey that you are going through. I was there in that conversation with my coach where he asked me that very question, and there was a resistance, Jen, and I'm being very transparent.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because there was a resistance. I was so fine with spending my money on something else, but it all came down to self-belief. And I made that investment. And I can honestly say it's the best investment I've made in my life, because my success in my business, my relationship, my life, my vision, my purpose, everything I am doing to this day and with my clients is because of that investment. And so I'm able to do that now with my clients. And so if anybody is listening to this and you're thinking, I really want to do X, Y, and Z, it may be something that's so important to you. It may be even in your business or your own journey or in a corporate career. You want to step up to the next stage and you know that there's something holding you back. And that is really to do with self-belief. When you focus on that and you challenge that, you are not just going to get to the next stage, you're going to be increasing by so many more stages, because it's like your potential is unlocked.
It is. It is. There's one more thing I want to go over before we head out today. And there's, it's paid versus free coaching. Okay. So I want to get into this because you, as a human being, place more value on stuff that you have spent money for than you, and I'm saying this as myself because I coach for free. I do coaching for free a lot of times because I want to help people. I really do. And a lot of people's mindset is that way, that they would love to help people. I would challenge that in a way, because when you feel like you're helping people because you're coaching them for free, what's actually happening is they're going to put that on the back burner and they're not going to do it as much as they would with something they spent money on, because now it's important, now it's a priority. If it's something for free, if I do it, I do. If I don't, I don't. Yeah. And that is our human condition of procrastination and just, prioritizing other things first instead of ourselves. And so I want to challenge people out there that say, oh, I don't, I can get this for free. I can get that for free. Why would I want to pay for that? Because the investment is not only a monetary investment, it's a spiritual thing. It's a deeper thing where you're committing yourself to this. And it is an exchange of energy. And I believe 100% that when you invest in a coach, rather than just take a coach for free, you will grow leaps and bounds in that, because you have set that priority higher. Please set yourself as a priority. If you want to get a hold of Sobiya, I'm going to have her give her information out. It will be over her or under her somewhere in the video when I edit this out. But please give us your information, so people that want to change their life, they want to become more confident, they want to break that glass ceiling, get to the next level, and they want to do it with you, then please give your information out so that they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, and Jim, my information, I've shared all my links with you, and I always invite people in for a conversation.
Okay.
Coaching is not about just buying a product, and I
Right.
firmly believe this. I believe it's an experience, a conversation they need to have, and I always invite people in for that. So if anything that I've said resonates with you, Jim has the link to my calendar, which you just need to click and book an appointment at that. And I give a 45-minute complimentary conversation. So it just touches upon what you say about being free. And it is an investment. And there is a psychological element to that. When you commit to your own dreams and your own vision, magic happens. You don't just elevate yourself by one step. There are many different steps. And it's a spiritual connection. There is an energy. There is a space that is held for you that your family can't hold, that your friends can't hold. You may get a slight glimmer of those conversations, but everybody's busy in their own lives. And there's nobody going to be able to hold this space for you unless you invest in it. And so how to reach out to me, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, my website is all below the link on below this video.
Yep.
And book a call and just experience what it's like to be in my space, in this energy level, and we can just shed a light on something that's holding you back. And then let's create some magic and have some incredible conversations.
That sounds amazing. It's been wonderful, Sobiya, to have you on the show today. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with me today. And for you out there, hit the subscribe button if you like the video. Please, would you press the like button, the thumbs up, and hit the bell icon, because that'll tell you when another awesome video from the Entrepreneurial Truth is going to be coming out. So for me and Sobiya, I wish you a good day.
Bye.